Greetings to you all. I think the first person in the room tonight is Wat Yannasangwararam. Hi, Wat. What can I do for you?
Good evening, Ajahn. No question, Ajahn.
All right. Now go to Kok Seng from Singapore.
Ajahn, yeah. My questions tonight is about the Eightfold Path, and can Ajahn please elaborate on the right effort of the Eightfold Path? Thank you, Ajahn.
Right effort is simple. Just keep on practicing. Just keep practicing all the time, from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep. Mindfulness, starting with mindfulness. I mean, there can be many interpretations, but once you practice, that's what you want to do. Just keep developing mindfulness. Stop your mind from thinking. Focus in the present. Forget about the past, forget about the future. It's all here and now. That's where you want to be. And not thinking, merely knowing. This is what you try to maintain your effort on. If you want to succeed in your meditation, if you want to get into jhana, you have to stop your thinking. You have to control your thoughts. So in order to do this effectively, you have to be alone. Because if you are dealing with people, you have to think. You have to think before you say or you do anything. So this is the highest right effort. But on the lower level of effort, it depends on where you are and you're keeping the precepts. Then you want to maintain the precepts, whether it's the 5 or the 8, and increasing them in the day you observe them, for instance. So it's all the effort to develop dana, sila, and pavana. To maintain what you have acquired and then prevent it from slipping away, and increasing more of the Dhamma practice that you haven't yet succeeded. So this is mainly the right effort that you want to know. You have to fully commit yourself to the practice if you want to have this right effort. This is the highest right effort. Is do nothing else but practice, except for maintaining your life, eating and washing and things like this. But otherwise, you want to be free from other activities. And you will then be able to put in all your effort to the practice. That's why people became monks. That's why, because monk is the most ideal position to be for practice. Because monk doesn't have any work other than just feeding themselves and look after the place they stay, keep it clean. But otherwise, there's no other work to do. So all day you can maintain your mindfulness. As soon as you get up, you watch your thought and stop your thought by either using a mantra or by keep watching what you are doing with your body. This is simple, but it's hard to do. It's simple, it's easy, it sounds easy. But if you can do this, you will find your mind becoming more calm, more peaceful, and ready to become fully absorbed to become still in jhana. Okay?
Yeah, Ajahn.
All right. Next, Willie from Indonesia.
Good evening, Ajahn. I don't have any questions today. Thank you.
Okay. We'll go to Karen from San Jose. Karen, how are you? This is your first time?
Yes, I've watched a lot of the recordings. This is the first time I figured out how to get in.
Okay.
So I'm happy to be here.
You got any question?
I do. I'm 65, but I've just been studying Buddhism and meditating for about 1.5 years. So I'm starting very late. But I'm happy about it. And I'm not going to worry about dying before I am enlightened. I'll do my best. My question is, in meditation, is it all right to have a visual in your mind while you're meditating? I have a difficult time watching my breath or with a mantra. My mind will still wander. I do have moments of no thinking, but it doesn't last very long. And I'm wondering, is it all right if I have a visual in my mind of a statue of the Buddha or Ajahn, or should I not do that?
Yes, you can use visual image to focus, to calm your mind down also. You can choose many different types of images. Any parts of the body can be used as a point of an image of focus. Like some people like using skeleton, for instance. You can just visualize skeleton in your mind and keep maintaining that image. This will also calm your mind down. So you can try various parts of the body, whichever part you like, and use that as your visual, as your meditation object. And also people also use color. Some people, instead of using images, they use color. Red, green, white, or yellow, for instance. You have to visualize this color in your mental screen. Close your eyes and try to visualize the color that you choose. If you cannot visualize at first, maybe you can look at it, at the color before you close your eyes, and then remember that color and maintain that color in your mind. This they call kasina practice. So there are about 10 kasina. I think you have to look in the text to find out which they are. There are colors and some other objects. I can't remember right now.
I can search that. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's all for today.
Let us know how you do it. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Next, Felicia Chan from Malaysia. Felicia.
Good evening, Ajahn. Can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly.
Okay, Ajahn. When I see the body, I have to see the 6 senses, basic reaction, and I also see my habit reaction. I am mindful and will not join them. The picture and the feeling gradually disappear. Although the action repeat and repeat, but they are changing all the time. Nothing remains the same. No permanent, no self, cannot be controlled. Ajahn, although when I meditate, the mind is so clear, but when a few senses appear together, I a bit slow to see them, especially the thinking. It is hard to see. I have joined in, then I only alert.
Okay, what is your question?
Ajahn, like usual time I has concentrate my mindful, right?
Yes.
Is it like few senses appear together? I a bit slow to see them. Is it my mindful not so mindful? Is it?
Your sentence, you mean words? You say sentences, right? You say sentences appear and you don't see it. Or you're talking about words or thoughts that appear and you don't see it.
Sorry, I not really understand. I have to look back the video then slowly and catch
I
what is
know.
the Ajahn teaching. This
I-
is my
I-
bad karma.
I couldn't understand your questions, so I don't know how to answer it.
Luckily, Ajahn can understand my English level. 我听不懂他讲。My daughter.
Sometimes if you cannot catch your thoughts, you should just use the mantra first to
Mantra.
recite Bhutto, Bhutto, Bhutto. And the thoughts that you cannot catch, they will stop because your mindfulness is not fast enough to catch them. So you use the mantra to stop your thoughts. To slow down your thoughts. And eventually you'll be able to see it when it comes up. When you have much more stronger mindfulness.
Okay. Brother Ajahn, get me use the Bhutto.
Yeah.
I
Instead
have
of
to-
watching your thought, use the mantra Bhutto better. Because your mindfulness is not yet sharp enough to catch your thought all the time.
Okay, right. But I try to use Bhutto, but I Bhutto, just about not for very long time. The Bhutto also appear. Then my mind is very concentrate at the point. I just the point. That means I alert the point. Then I lowering, and then I maintain the mindfulness like that. Practice.
Yes. If once you begin to know and you can observe your thought, then you can stop it when it comes up.
Every time I use Bhutto, but not very long time. Not the Bhutto also become disappear. Then I alert, I lowering, and then I mindful.
That's right. That's what you want to do. You want to be mindful, to be knowing. Sometimes your mind wander into the past or into the future, and you use the mantra to bring it back.
Okay, right.
Okay.
Okay, Sadhu. Some more. Brother Ajahn, in human life can practice Dhamma. May I know the heaven of Jhana Samadhi, any opportunity to practice Dhamma?
If you are in the Deva levels, you can still practice Dhamma because your mind is still thinking. See? So if you can force your mind to think about Dhamma, to think about Anicca, Dukkha, Anatta, then you can still practice Dhamma in the Deva realms. But once you enter the jhana or the Brahma realm, you stop thinking. So there you cannot do any practice. If you want to practice, you have to come down from Brahma to the Deva realm and start thinking. And then teach your mind to think of Anicca, Dukkha, Anatta. But this is not important for you to know.
Okay.
Right now, you can do your practice right now, so don't worry about later on. Do it now, because you might finish your work before you die, and then there won't be any need to do any more practice afterwards.
Okay. Brother Ajahn, I would like to ask a funny question. Regarding all day, I hear a lot of sound like insect in forest. Like Ajahn say, maybe that is my past life environment memory. I agree. Currently, I stay at home. All the day, I hear the sound of insect. I feel like I am in the forest. And I have seen my past life was a Thai forest monk. I also notice myself, I prefer Thai food and like to meditate. And I'm quite fast to reach jhana. Although my body tired, I still can meditate. I will not fall asleep. But why this life I came across Dhamma so late?
Well, maybe you've been distracted by some other activities, maybe by your husband or your family or other activities. So and then it might take time for you to get back to the Dhamma. It depends on your environment. See, if you're born and happen to be living near the temple and your parents took you to the temple a lot, then you might catch the Dhamma quickly. But if you're away from the temple, away from Buddhism, then it might take you a while to come back to the Dhamma. But this doesn't matter really. These are not questions you want to really indulge in. You should be more concerned about what are you doing now. The Buddha tells you to ask yourself this question. Time is just passing by. What am I doing now? So don't let the time pass by without doing any Dhamma, either studying or practicing the Dhamma, teaching of the Buddha. So this is the question you should ask yourself, rather than asking all these other questions. They're not important.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Sadhu. Thank you very much, Ajahn. Sadhu.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Next, Kenneth Hunt. Kenneth from Switzerland. Hi.
Hello, Ajahn. I have no questions at the moment, Ajahn. I'm just listening for now.
Yeah, I saw your picture you took in Grenoble a few years back.
Sorry?
I saw your picture, your photo you took in Grenoble.
Really?
Yeah, in your Facebook page.
Ah, okay.
It just remind me I was there also in 1972, spending one night there.
I remember you told me you had been there. Yeah.
Yeah. So kind of bring up old memory back.
Okay, very good. Yeah.
Okay. You have no question, huh?
No question for now, Ajahn. Thank you.
Okay. Let me go to Adeline and Philip from Malaysia.
Good evening, Ajahn.
Good evening, Ajahn. Don't have any questions
for now.
No question either. Okay. Anuraji from New Zealand.
Hi, good evening, Ajahn. How are you?
How's the situation? The virus situation? Is it under control now?
Yeah, we are in South Thailand, so we haven't had any cases for a year. So we are out of lockdown, so we can go back to work, but with some restrictions. But Auckland is coming out of restriction tonight, but still they have cases. So slow. I think the government did a very good job, shutting down early and then reducing the numbers. So yeah, it's getting better, I hope. Yeah.
Do you have any question?
No, I'm happy to listen in Ajahn. Thank you.
Okay. And let me go to Belinda from Singapore.
Hello, Ajahn. No questions for now.
No questions. And go to Gary, Singapore also. Gary?
Good evening, Ajahn. I have no questions for now. Thank you.
Okay. Julia from Colorado. Julia.
Good evening, Ajahn. Thank you so much for your practice. I I've been meditating alone in silence in a little cabin. And so I just came to pay respects to Ajahn. No questions today. Thank you.
How's your meditation going?
Well, the first 29 days of days and nights were completely silent, and the mind was very still, and so the insights were beneficial. I hope that they can benefit beings. But then I just had some things to do, like returning messages and calls. So after 29 days, then I just did 3 small sittings every day and walking a little bit. And then some of the freedom remained, but some of the concentration wore off. And so it was like the conditions that were set in motion before the 29 days of silence, sit, walk, those things stayed in motion. And so I had to return the messages and return the phone calls. And there's one book project that I was editing that maybe needs some revisions now. And so I'm going to do another month of complete silent sitting and walking.
When you say silent, you mean verbally, right? Not talking.
I mean,
or mentally.
I mean,
if mentally, then you should stop thinking.
I mean that no contact with the other humans that I can see, but so that more awareness can be brought to the source of the thinking.
Yes. The goal, I think the goal in silent meditation is to silence your mind. That's the real goal. But you might have to silence your mouth first, your speech first. But then by being silent by way of speech doesn't mean that you're silent mentally either. You can still be thinking, and if you should be writing or doing something, it means you're still thinking.
Yeah. The first 29 days, I did not take any notes. I did not read. And the only purposeful thoughts were the positive aspirations with the metta in the evening, and making a positive aspiration in the morning. But still, some thoughts were coming, and so there was practice with those thoughts. But the past few weeks, then, it's been a lot more thinking. I will take that advice.
You have to sit a lot to really stop thinking completely. You need to. Your body first has to be still, physically and verbally. Then you can still your thoughts. So you have to have the 3 become completely still. Your body, your speech, and your mind. Eventually. This is just a pointer, that's why. Sometimes people forget, they only look at the body and the speech, and they forget the mind. I see some people taking silent vow, but they still communicate by writing. So that's really, running against the purpose. The purpose is to silence your thought, stop your. But if you still communicate by writing, you're still using your thoughts to write your communication, your messages.
Yeah.
I know a monk practice like that. Anytime he wants to communicate with us, he writes on a piece of paper. I say, what's the point? Why not just say it? Because you're using your mind anyway, right? Why make it difficult?
Yeah.
But because he thought that this is the way of practice, to have silent speech, and then this will somehow bring benefit.
Right.
It helps you to. It blocks your mind from using the speech as a way out. But it can still think inside without coming out to the body or to the speech.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the goal is to silence your mind by mindfulness, using mindfulness. And you can really silence your mind by sitting, if you can, by watching your breath or reciting a mantra, or like the other lady Karen, you can visualize an image. But the goal is to stop thinking. And your mind will become completely calm, peaceful, and happy. Okay, nice talking to you. Keep up your practice.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay. Now let me go to Nanapat from Thailand. Nanapat, you have any questions?
I have no question today.ค่ะท่านอาจารย์
Okay. And we'll go to Karuna Buddhist Vihara and see Forest and Apikuni. I can remember your name.
Hi, Ajahn. Can you hear me?
You have no question, huh? Okay. I think you have some feedback when you turn on your microphone. All right. Then let me go to Galaxy A7. Galaxy, are you listening? Are you meditating?
Yes, Ajahn, I'm listening and also at the same time trying to meditate, also focus.
Can you speak louder? Cannot quite hear you.
Yes, I'm listening. Can you hear me, Ajahn?
Yeah, better.
Okay. Yeah, I tried to meditate and also I was listening, focusing on your advice. I don't have any question at the moment.
Where are you from?
From Malaysia.
Malaysia. Okay.
Sangawai.
This is your first time also.
Yes, but I've been following you, Ajahn, in the YouTube for the last 1 year.
Okay.
Your talk and also very useful for me, I find.
Okay. Happy to hear that.
Really helps me a lot.
Happy to be of service.
Yes, Ajahn, I can't hear.
Happy to be of service to you.
Yes, Ajahn, thank you, Ajahn. I'm same way, Ajahn. I'm also I bow to you.
Okay. Well, okay, then let me go to the next person then, okay? Sajal Kar from Silver Spring, Maryland.
Good morning from here, Tanajan. Thank you for your teaching, and I think my practice is very average and actually marginally just listening to talks, and this 2 hours today is probably the best Dhamma this thing I'll have for the whole week, and I think I have nobody else to blame but myself that my afflictions and stuff are all in here, and I think all the teachings in the world is still, I think, in a logic level. So as a result, to to practice, I really have to drop the things. And if I want to wrap up everything, I need probably many more lives to wrap up the responsibilities that I have. And I'm kind of defining myself and tying myself up with all these things. And it's like I need to run away. And it's like a very unhappy situation. But all the things that you lay out so logically that it's a regret that I do more about talking than actually doing and following the things from strength. And I think that's where I stand right now. But I feel unhappy. But I think I'll stick to the precepts and however many I can keep and continue. And thank you for your teaching. I have no questions today.
You have to set up a resolution that you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, and try to stick to your resolution. If you don't set up a resolution, then you won't be doing it. So you can say, I'm gonna be mindful as much as possible, for instance. I'm gonna try to recite the mantra for as much as possible, or as long as possible during my waking hours. You have to have set up a goal, and then you can then try to reach for it. If you don't have a goal, then you sort of take it easy, doing anything you want to do.
Didn't you say at some point that does it make sense to schedule it? For example, suppose I put in my day-to-day calendar that these are the hours I'm going to dedicate, kind of walk away from it and practice, whether it's walking or mindfulness or chanting. Is that what people also do or not?
Yes, you have to set up schedule. Every day you have schedule. You do a certain thing at a certain time, right? You eat at a certain time. That's schedule already. So you just have to add the Dhamma activity into your schedule as well.
Yeah, I think I have not been doing that. What I was thinking is like a process 24 hours a day, but I'm not a monk. And so I think if I do it this way, that I at least know that these hours are allocated for this purpose, even though it's kind of very, not very general enough, but I think still probably, I think it will help. I can understand that. Thank you.
Yeah. If you want to get any Dhamma, you have to include the Dhamma in your activity. In your daily activity. Even though you're not a monk, at least you can provide a certain slot for the Dhamma practice, right? We all have 24 hours, the same, whether monks or lay person. It just depends on how you manage your hours. So if you manage your hours for Dhamma practice, then you get a lot of Dhamma results. If you don't have Dhamma practice, then you don't get any Dhamma result. Studying doesn't give you the results. Studying only tells you what to do. To get the result, you have to do the practice once you know what you have to do. Okay.
Thank you, Dhanachan. Thank you.
Right. Okay, well, back to Karuna Buddhist Vihara again. In California, right? Northern California.
Yes, Tanajan. We're in the Santa Cruz Mountains between San Jose and Santa Cruz.
Okay.
And
north of Monterey. Is that north of Monterey, Santa Cruz?
It is north of
Monterey.
Only about half an hour from
Monterey, Big Sur. Can you hear me?
Can you hear us, Ajahn?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was saying that Santa Cruz is north of Monterey and Big Sur,
yes,
around that area.
That's right. And our place is north of that, closer to like Los Gatos and San Jose.
Okay.
But we're in the mountains.
All right.
Yeah. And I'm Santusika. Thank you so much for letting us join you. And I have kind of a general question. Can I ask a question about Anapanasati?
Sure. Please go ahead.
So I've been using it for a long time, and
teaching about it, but I'm curious. Like, to me, it seems like the first 10 instructions are really the build up to go into samadhi. And it seems like it's useful calming the body and then calming the activity of the mind, and then, gladdening the mind, and then hopefully entering samadhi. Do you think it seems to me like it's useful to use the instructions in order? Does it seem that way to you? I mean, do you have any advice about using anapanasati?
Yes, when you do anapanasati, you just focus on your breath, and all these other things will come after it. You're not supposed to be forcing it to come up, but all you need to do is just focus on your breath, and all these other things will follow suit.
Okay.
So you don't even need to know these 10 steps at all when you practice anapanasati, because it can be a distraction if you keep checking out, where are you now, where am I now, then you're not focusing on your breath. So when you practice anapanasati, you just want to be solely focused on your breath and not thinking about any other thing.
Okay, thank you.
Try that. Try just watch your breath at the tip of the nose, where the air comes into contact with the body, at the tip of your nose, and stay at that point. Don't move away to other point. Just stay fixed at that point. Don't follow the breath in, don't follow the breath out. Just know the breath come in, know the breath go out. Know the breath is short or long, coarse or subtle. Just know. Don't make any mental commentary. Just merely know. And if anything else comes up, don't be distracted by them. Ignore them. Just keep focusing on your breath only. This is the way to make your mind to become still. And if the breath should disappear and you cannot see the breath, then just watch the emptiness. And
okay.
Just don't think, don't talk to yourself, what happened now? What am I going to do now when there's no breath? Well, just keep watching the same point where you were. If there's nothing to watch, then just watch the emptiness. And watch that, make sure that you are not thinking about anything.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay.
I think Forrest had questions.
All right.
Ajahn, can I ask a couple questions? My first one is, sometimes if I make a little bit of progress or knowledge about the Dhamma, then I start developing pride about that. Should I do something about the pride?
Just merely know, just be a detached observer. Don't be happy or be sad, because if you're happy, then the next time you're not getting anything, you can become sad. Just know that you are improving or you're not improving, and don't react to your improvement or you're not improving. Just merely know.
Okay. And then one more question. So now I'm staying here at the monastery for 1 month, and I'm not worrying as much about other people, but I still worry sometimes about my family and friends. Is it ever helpful to worry, or should I just, whenever I start worrying, just immediately try to stop it?
You can stop it by contemplating on the 3 characteristics of existence. That we are all subjected to aging, sickness, and death, regardless of where we are. So there's no point to worry about them. And because if they're gonna get sick, they're gonna get sick. If they're gonna die, they're gonna die. Because they are anatta, they are not under your control.
Mm-hmm.
This way will stop you from thinking about them. Or if you cannot yet think like this, then you can use a mantra to stop you think. But every time you think about them, just recite a mantra or do some chanting to pull your mind away from the thinking about your parents. So there's two methods, either by mindfulness or by wisdom, vipassana. Vipassana is to see that everything is impermanent. People, things, eventually they fall apart. They die,
Yeah.
No matter how well you look after them, how well you care for them, you won't stop this process. Once you can see this and accept it, then you stop worrying about them, because it doesn't do you any good. It won't change anything.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Tanajan.
All right.
Question, Andy.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Hi, Ajahn. I'm Andy. I'm also have a question. When practicing right effort, in which ways using willpower is useful, and in which ways it is more of like an obstacle?
Well, you need willpower to push you to do the practice. You have to tell yourself, oh, now this is time for me to do walking meditation. And your mind say, oh, I don't want to. Then you use your willpower to force it to do it.
Okay.
But willpower alone isn't enough. You need willpower to push, to get you to do the practice. And once you do the practice, then you will get the result from your practice. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Then let me go to Kyrian Duong from London.
Hello, Tanajan. I'm better. I've got the clearance to enter Thailand this morning. The last thing I'm doing now is only to finalize the booking of the hotel for the quarantine.
Yeah. You have to quarantine for 2 weeks.
Yes.
Okay. How long you expect to stay in Thailand? 3 months?
Officially, the visa, that's what I had problem this morning, was to change the visa, the ticket, because at first I booked a 3 months ticket, and officially I am allowed only 45 days, including the quarantine. So I had to change the ticket back to 40 days, and then hopefully I will be able to extend the visa or the stay when I'm there. So I will have to extend the ticket. So I hope I will have a bit more than 3 months. Yeah, but I already promised to be back on 22nd of December, so it'll be short of 3 months.
Okay, that's good.
And during this time, I just realized that somehow the anger actually helps, because when people persuaded me, I got angry because they don't understand, and the more they persuade me, the more determined I become. And I realized that I was thinking, oh, they had like sometimes like a clay head before, but actually I realized that it's myself having clay head, hoping to convert clay heads. So it's such a kind of irony to realize.
Well, normally it's not good to do things out of resentment. Yeah. But if you have a purpose, then it's okay.
What do you mean by resentment there?
Like angry when people try to persuade you not to do it, and then you're angry at them and you insist on doing what you want to do.
I'm not so angry at them, because I know they all have like kind heart, goodwill in persuading me to stay. But it's kind of, it boosts the energy somehow, or I don't know. It's like I'm angry because I was so stupid. I should have done it earlier when they will react the same, like they have the same reaction. But I could have done something better for myself instead of wasting time and nothing got better except getting worse.
Okay, as long as you know what you're gonna do is good for you, that's enough, I think.
Yeah, I think
And
I will try
if you
to.
can ignore everybody who's trying to dissuade you from doing it, then you have good willpower, strong willpower.
Trying. Actually, they boost my willpower. Actually,
Okay.
so yeah.
Good. We'll see how it works out.
That is the thing. Before I kind of understood, but I didn't get it fully when Luang Ta said that one of the things is the monks they wanted to disrobe because they think they will be the burden for the sangha, and now it's like that is the thing I'm scared of. I'm okay now. It's free. Like when I was prohibited, I wanted to have the freedom to go. Now now kind of I can go. Then I'm worried. Oh, maybe I cannot do anything good.
Well, just don't worry about it. Cross the bridge when you come to it.
Yeah, but I know that I will be much happier. I whatever achievement I don't know, but surely I'll be much more happier.
We'll see. You never know. What you expect might not turn out to be what you expected.
Sure.
So have an open mind. Whatever happens, happens, and try to deal with it when you get to it better.
Yeah.
Sometimes you paint a rosy picture, and when you get to the place, it's completely different, and this might make you discourage you. So try not to be discouraged by whatever, because maybe the picture that you painted now and the picture that you'll see might not be the same.
Yeah.
As long as you focus on your mindfulness and on your own practice, and everything will fall into place, I believe.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Ajahn.
Okay, just don't forget mindfulness. Don't forget anicca. The two things will help you make your mind strong and make your mind able to cope with everything that happens. Yeah. Everything is anicca, uncertain. You don't know what's going to happen, really. So you try to cope with it when it comes with mindfulness, with a calm mind. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Next, Alvin Lee from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur.
Good evening, Ajahn. Ajahn, I just have one question. I think you mentioned before, Upeka only comes into picture on the 4th jhana and onwards. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay, so 4th, 5th, up to the 8th jhana, Upeka.
Yes, I think so. I haven't reached those jhanas, but I think that I think they have Ubeka basically as the foundation of the mind.
Okay. Just want to confirm that. Thanks.
But you don't need to go above the 4th jhana. Once you got the 4th jhana, it's good enough to just try to immerse your mind in that jhana for as long as possible. Because the longer you immerse in the jhana, the stronger will be your equanimity, your ubeka. So that when you come out of your meditation, it will last longer. Then you can use the mind with equanimity to fight your defilements, to get rid of your defilement. But you need the wisdom to tell you that your defilement will only lead you to dukkha or suffering. Because everything that your defilement wants, they are all temporary, they are all impermanent, and they are not always under your control. So no later what you get, you will lose them. You'll lose, and when you lose them, then you'll feel sad. So if you don't get them from the first place, then you won't feel sad because you won't lose. When you got nothing to lose, right?
Correct.
Okay. Remind yourself this. If you got nothing to lose. And you're happy now. If you have equanimity, you're happy with nothing. So why try to bring something in to cause you suffering later on?
Yes. Yes.
This is how you use vipassana. This is how you teach your mind to stop grasping, acquiring things, and just live alone, just be alone and be happy with nothing. Because that's the real happiness. Nibbana is the supreme nothingness. Nibbana is the supreme happiness. Nibbanam paramang sukham. Nibbanam paramang sunyam. Supreme nothingness. Nothing, you have nothing. Not even the body. The mind can exist happily without anything. But right now the mind is driven by ignorance or delusion. It thinks that it needs to have something to make it happy. But that something always makes it unhappy later on because that something is always impermanent. So this is what you want to teach your mind. Every time your mind wants to go after something, tells it that it's actually going after suffering, not happiness. Because the happiness you get is short-lived, it doesn't last. And when it disappears, then your unhappiness will come in, your sadness will come in.
So, Ajahn, when you said about when you immerse in the upekkha for a long time, that means when you get out of it, you will be able to fight the defilements. Even if we go through our daily activities, I think that upekkha, the strength of the upekkha, will be able to continue for
For a while, it will eventually disappear. Then you have to return into samadhi again.
I see. Thanks.
So, but if you are living alone, then you won't have to do a lot of activities. You don't have to do a lot of mental activities. Then your upekkha will remain longer. The less you think, then the less you will disturb your upekkha. So sometimes if you're living alone and practice, when you come out, you try to maintain mindfulness again. Try to use a mantra or try to force your mind to keep watching your body in order to prevent your mind from thinking.
Right.
Because as soon as you start to think, especially when you think with the defilement, then it will dissipate or erode your upekkha. But if you think with Dhamma, it won't erode your upekkha. If you think everything is impermanent, everything is anatta, everything will give you suffering sooner or later, this kind of thinking will not erode your upekkha. But if you think, I want more money, I want more fame, then this will erode your upekkha. So you have to be careful what you think when you're not in samadhi. You can think with Dhamma or wisdom. Don't think with defilement. Don't think with cravings, sensual pleasure craving to be something or somebody, craving not to be or not to get something. This will erode your upekkha very quickly. Okay.
Okay, thanks, Ajahn.
All right. Next, Johanna from Singapore.
Good evening, Ajahn. I'm from Indonesia, Ajahn.
Indonesia, I'm sorry.
Yes. Happy to see you today, Ajahn. Wish you happy and healthy. Ajahn, I want to ask, while meditating, is it good or bad if an insight pop up between the breath? How do we treat the insight correctly? We cannot contemplate on it while watching the breath, right, Ajahn?
Don't worry about anything that comes up when you meditate. Just keep watching your breath and ignore everything.
Yes. Ajahn, the insight is I realized that I have been hoping for progress while at the same time focusing on my breath. I guess it is not good to expect anything while meditating. Ajahn, may Ajahn please give some advice about this?
Just don't expect anything. Just keep focusing, watching your breath alone, only, and everything will come out better eventually. Just don't expect.
Yes, so
Don't
every
wish.
time the expectation comes up, then I have to ignore it. Right?
Yeah. Just keep watching your breath. Okay.
Yeah. Ajahn, I have another question. If we want to ordain in our next life, do we have to collect a lot amount of good karma to support our ordained life at our next life?
You can ordain in this life. Why wait for next life? Because you don't know when you're going to return as a human being. They say a human birth is very difficult to attain, to get. So it might take you a few more 1,000 years before you come back and reborn as a human being again. So why push the date to the next life when you can do it now?
Don't know, maybe I will get married.
Well, if you get married this life, you will get married the next life also, because it will become a habit. See? So it's like being hooked to something. You have to kick the habit now. If you don't, you will still be hooked to it. Tomorrow, next year, next life, next 10 life. If you don't kick the habit, it will stick with you wherever you go. So this is the best time to kick the habit now. You have Buddhism, you have the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha to teach you how to kick the habit. By thinking of everything as anicca, dukkha, anatta. Marriage is dukkha, getting married is getting suffering.
I agree with that, Ajahn.
You agree, but why do you still do it? Because you don't have the strength to resist it, right?
Yeah. I just heard from people that we have to collect a lot of good karma for the ordained life. Is it true, Ajahn?
You shouldn't listen to them. You should listen to the Buddha. The Buddha said, if you practice now, you can attain within 7 days, 7 months, or 7 years. You're listening to the wrong source. The real source is the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha, the noble disciple. These are the people you should be listening to, not other people, because other people don't know anything. They're all blind. You are blind and you want to have another blind person leading you, or you want someone, okay. Then you go to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha.
Okay, Ajahn.
Look at the people who got to know the Buddha. They all could ordain and become enlightened. All his member of his family, most of his member of family, ordained after he became enlightened. So they all have the same problem that you have now, but they have trust and they have faith in the Buddha, enough for them to relinquish everything and then follow the Buddha's teaching.
Yeah, I really like the Buddha teaching, and I learned a lot from Ajahn too. I contemplate on anicca, dukkha, anatta during my daily life, and it helps a lot of a big problem becomes small and small problem become none.
Good. Try to do and look at everything as dukkha. Then you don't want to remain in this world. You want to go live alone, where there is no dukkha.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Ajahn.
All right. Next, Daniel Sudiana. Okay.
Ajahn, yeah, thank you. Yeah, this is the first time I joined this Zoom meeting, but I have actually followed Ajahn as well. I have one question. So I have been, the last 1 month, I managed to set the routine and practice, let's say 45 to 1 hours morning and evening. And I feel that I have gained some improvement as well in my meditations. And let's say, for example, today I managed to meditate before these sessions, and but after meditation, I also try to contemplate on the body. Just trying to probably understand what is the right way to contemplate on the body. Because I try
First of all, you don't contemplate when you meditate. Okay.
I do it after, yes.
After you come out of meditation, then you can contemplate on the impermanent nature of the body. That is, the body is constantly changing. It's aging, getting older and older. We call aging. Then it will get sick, then it will die. Okay. Then you also contemplate on the no-self nature of the body. It means that you are not the body. You are the mind who just happened to possess this body, like you possess an automobile. So you have to know this. You have to separate yourself from the body. So then it will make it easier for you to accept that sooner or later you're going to have to lose this body because it's impermanent. So this is something you want to teach your mind concerning the body in order for you to be free from fear of aging, sickness, and death. Because you're not the one who is getting old, getting sick, or die. It's just the automobile. You're the driver. You're the mind. See? The mind never gets old. The mind is ageless, no age. It doesn't get old, get sick, or die. But the body get old, get sick, and die. So you have to separate yourself from the body. So this is something you have to contemplate on. So that if anything happens to your body, then you can tell yourself, tell your mind that it's not me, the body is going to get sick, what can I do? If I can take medicine, take medicine. If you can look after it, look after it. But if you cannot, what will you do? You just have to let go, right? If you cling to it, then you'll have suffering. So this is what you want to contemplate on your body. That it is impermanent, it is not yourself. That one day you and your body will have to be separated. And also you want to contemplate on the loathsomeness of the body, the repulsive aspect of the body. Because under the skin there are so many things that you don't see, and it's not good to look at. You want to do this to help get rid of your sexual desire. When you see some person looking good, attractive, and you have to see the inside of that person, then you will be able to free your mind from this sexual desire, which keep oppressing you, keep pushing you to go after beautiful bodies. So this is the contemplation of the body in this respect, in this regard.
So then we keep repeating this process
until it sinks into your mind, like until you remember, see it clearly in your mind all the time. Every time you see a body, whether it's your body or other people's body, you see aging, sickness, and death. You see the inner parts of the body, inside of the body.
Thank you, Dhamma.
Then you can let go of your attachment to the body, because the body is not worth being attached to. All right?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, good. Lillian from Bangkok.
Good evening, Ajahn. No questions today. Thank you.
Okay. Let me go to Sam. Sam Otomo.
No question, Ajahn. Thank you.
Where are you from?
I live in Melbourne, Ajahn.
Melbourne, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't come in for a while.
What is it?
You didn't come in for a while. You've been here a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. It's been busy, Ajahn, and the timing is actually is a bit difficult. Now here is actually 12:08.
Yeah, quite late. Yeah.
Yeah. But because it's a full moon, a special day, I try to listen to the teaching, particularly from you. I feel that's give me a good nourishment for my spiritual and mental power. Yeah. So lately is actually it's up and down. So because of the increased activity, the COVID situation is got worse again. So then I have to increase the activity. So I just had less time to meditate. But during past couple of days, I meditate again, almost daily. Yeah. So
just try to maintain the schedule. Try to stick to the schedule, no matter what happens.
Yeah, Ajahn, we'll do.
It's like taking medicine for your mind. Meditation is like medicine for your mind. It's like a depressant,
I agree,
tranquilizer.
I agree, Ajahn. After meditate, actually, I can more like a sort of like a let go. So if I don't meditate, it's just like a preoccupied with the thought of thinking about these matters, work matters with some other related, just something about jobs and everything. But after meditation, it's just like I can distance myself from that problem and then just feeling relaxed. Yeah. But having said that, it's actually when resuming meditation is not easy. Have to struggle maintaining the concentration. So it's like this is not easy. This is not easy. But the easy part is actually when reaching that certain degree of concentration and then just relax, detach.
Just think of the reward you'll get from meditation. Then it will make you happy.
I couldn't hear.
You have to think of the reward that you will get from your meditation. Then it will make you have the energy to do it.
Yeah, but sometimes it's a bit tricky, Ajahn. Like last time, there's a reward of meditation, feeling good and everything. But the earlier is actually I even hope for the reward, and it actually make me disappointed. Actually, sometimes I realized that actually I cannot expect something. So last time I got a nice feeling, and then I expect. So eventually, actually, because I'm expecting something, I realized then actually my concentration got worse because I'm expecting something. I feel like painful everywhere. So then I try, okay, I don't expect anything, just whatever happened. I just concentrate on the breathing. So I feel happier.
That's right. When you meditate, you don't expect anything. Just keep focused on your meditation object.
Yeah. I agree, Ajahn.
But before you meditate, you can encourage yourself. If you meditate, you'll get this and get that. See? But once you start meditating, then you stop expecting. You keep focusing on your work.
That's what I did, Ajahn, is actually, I just, this is a really nice. And actually, probably subconsciously, I think, I want to get this thing again. But eventually it's actually just in a way actually burden myself. I got tired instead of getting concentration. Yeah, but thank you for your suggestion. I just want to ask you, Ajahn, if not today, you mentioned about minds, and minds that don't die. It doesn't die. It doesn't get old. Just like actually want to know about minds actually. Mind. So it's actually when our body disintegrate, our body die. So the mind is just continuing. Just want to know better is actually in terms of the mind actually. So mind is actually indestructible. It's actually forever, isn't it, Ajahn?
Yes. It's like all the other great elements, like the water element, the wind element, the earth element, the space element, and the fire element. They are always existing. They never die. They never disappear.
Right. And where's it coming from, Ajahn? Our passion, like I want to do this, I want to get this one, like you just mentioned about the sexual desire. So that, for example, we talk specifically about sexual desire. It's stored in the mind, or because of the influence from the hormonal in the body?
No, this thing is in the mind, and it's still, this desire still exists even without the body.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And the cause of this desire we call ignorance, Abhijato.
Yeah. So the mind of the enlightened beings, like Buddha and the Arya Sangha, the mind, or even the being who's parinibhan already, how's
still
the mind?
Still exists.
Oh, still exists.
But they don't connect with anybody, so
yeah,
they don't have a body to look after, like we do.
Yeah. With meditation, it's just only detaching from the body, or we learn more about the mind. Is that through meditation, Ajahn?
Yes, if you can completely absorb yourself to become still, then the mind will be temporarily detached from your body.
But how we know more about the mind is actually, if we haven't reaching the enlightenment. So we
by experience, by practice.
Experience. Yeah. Even we haven't,
yes, you start to see the problem. What's the problem of the mind is. Once you get jhana, then you'll see the nature, the true nature of the mind when it is without defilements. Yeah. And then when the defilements start to kick in, then you can see what makes the mind become unhappy and so forth. So you know that the problem is with the defilements, not with anything else, not with the body, not with people around you, not with the weather, the economy, or anything. Like we like to blame other people for all our unhappiness. But the cause of our real unhappiness are our defilements.
Yeah, Ajahn. Yeah. Thank you for your explanation, Ajahn. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome. Next, Alfredo from Brazil.
Hi, Bante.
Hi, Silbeca.
Yes.
Good.
Very good.
Always happy.
Yes, I meditate a lot, and Anapanasati is very, very important. I like Anapanasati.
Being alone is happier than being with someone else, right?
Yes, I do my things. My thing is control. My friends, once I do other life, I work, but I meditate. I like Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Your explanation about the importance of jhana is very good explanation.
Okay.
Many monks and other peoples that say that jhana is not important. I don't.
That's where the real happiness is.
Yes. And that I see in jhana. Jhana is very important to our wisdom.
Right, because once you have jhana, you have happiness from jhana, then you can give up everything else.
Yes. Yes.
But if you have no happiness from jhana, you still have to cling to other people and things to keep you happy.
Yes.
And then they make you unhappy because they change, or they leave you. Then you become sad again.
Yes. I am more back. Happiness is not much important to me. The wisdom is more important. The wisdom is completely, né, Bante?
Yes.
The Dhamma is completely.
The wisdom will help you get rid of your dukkha. And when there's no dukkha, then you have happiness.
Yes.
Okay. Nice seeing you again.
What?
Nice to see you today.
Oh, nice to see you too.
Okay.
The pandemic is more control. It's very good.
Okay. All right, let me go to the next person then, okay?
Okay, thanks.
All right. Say Yuan. Say or see Yuan.
Hello, Ajahn.
From Singapore?
Yes, I'm from Singapore. This is my second session. I joined last week as well. Yeah, I just want to ask Ajahn, you were saying about getting married and how it's headed. So I find it very relatable because a lot of people my age are getting married now. So sometimes looking at them, there's this feeling of missing out and then this desire for companionship. So I wonder if Ajahn has any advice to this kind of thinking and thoughts. And it's easier when seeing Ajahns like attending talks, but then sometimes when at work, during daily life, then sometimes it gets a little hard, the feelings.
Well, you only think of the positive side of marriage. You don't look at the negative side. See, everything is like a coin. It has two sides. So you have to try to look at the other side, the downside, not just the upside. Marriage can be happy and it can also be hell. It depends on how things works out, you know. And there will be hell later on, for sure. It might be heaven first when you get married. But after a while, things will start to change and hell will start to come into your life. That's why people got divorced, right? Because they lost the heaven they get from marriage. And they got hell instead. So they don't want hell, so they get a divorce. See, you have to think like this in order to prevent yourself from falling into the trap of marriage. But if you look at the positive side, you look at the other people, oh, they're a good couple, nice couple, they're happy couple, they're happy family. But you only see half of the story. You don't look at the other half of the story.
Thank you, Ajahn. We'll contemplate. Also, another question, Ajahn.
Okay.
How to develop strength to overcome sensual desire and sensual pleasures, especially if we haven't had the high happiness of jhanas and very deep samadhi. How do we gradually cultivate this strength?
Well, you just have to cultivate mindfulness. Yeah. Once you have mindfulness, then you can get into jhana. Yeah. So you have to train yourself in mindfulness from the time you get up in the morning. Don't let your mind be free. Control your mind with a mantra, or forcing your mind to keep watching what you are doing at the moment with your body. Then you will have strong mindfulness, and when you sit and meditate, then you can get into some calm, some peace of mind. Even if it's not yet jhana, you know, you get a feeling of easiness, feeling of happiness. Then you can then replace this happiness with the happiness you get from sensual pleasure. So every time you want to go out, we say it's better to meditate. Every time you want to eat something special, they say it's better to meditate. Every time you want to watch or listen to music, say, method to meditate. So you have to have a replacement for your sensual pleasure. And the way to get it is to develop mindfulness all the time. Something that you can do as you go on your daily life. Try it. Try to train yourself with mindfulness. Either reciting a mantra, Bhutto, 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 or chant a phrase or something if you like, or keep watching what you are doing. If you're eating, just watch the eating. Don't think about other things. Then you'll have mindfulness strong enough to calm your mind, and then experience the peace of mind, happiness that you get from calming the mind. Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn.
All right. Next, we and check from Vancouver. You just have your election. Did you cast your vote?
Wow, Ajahn, you're so up to date.
Well, everything is on the screen, you just turn on.
I didn't expect you know about our election, Ajahn.
Yeah, we did cast our vote.
The mail in, Ajahn.
Yeah.
Not like in, we do the mail in.
You happy with the result?
I actually didn't look at
Yeah.
it because we just do our part, and then actually I didn't watch the news yet today, but we don't really follow the news that much.
Yeah, but I listened to you, Ajahn. You say like it will be the same. Either this government or next government will be the same.
Yeah, everything with this. You still have to pay your tax. You still have to pay your
Yeah, if you get more, you'll get taxed more. So it's the same thing. Yeah, so before the election, you already remember what you taught us. So it will be the same thing.
And you still get older, get sick, and die. This thing don't change with the government.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So for it's not like it doesn't matter.
Ajahn, the teaching with Sam just now was so good. You said that like before meditate, we expect to encourage ourselves, like we expect meditation is good for us to encourage ourselves, but when you meditate, you don't expect.
Right. You do your work, and your work is not expecting. See, your work is to concentrate on your mantra or on your breath. Because if you sit there and expecting, then you won't be concentrating. And when you're not concentrating, you won't get the mind to become calm. Can you hear me?
Yeah. But before we meditate, we can expect, Ajahn. Like we can.
Oh, you have to expect in order to lure you to do the practice. If there's nothing good to meditate, then why meditate, right? Like working, if you don't get salary at the end of the month, would you go working every day?
No.
But
No.
you go to work, every time you go to work, you think of the salary you're gonna get, right? But if you don't go to work, you don't get your salary, no matter how much you expect to get your salary, right?
Right.
Okay. So you have to know the time to expect and the time not to expect. When you get up in the morning to go to work, you have to expect the salary you're gonna get. Then it will make you encourage you to go to work. But when you work, you don't think about the salary. You just keep on working to get the job done. If you don't get the job done, you won't get your salary anyway. You might get fired.
The way you explain it though, Ajahn, it's like so like logical and so good. Like, I don't know how, like it's so yeah. you can relate to our level. I just like so.
I was there before. See, I was there before. I was at your level before.
Sounds simple, but it's so wow, like really so good, the explanation. Thank you, Ajahn.
No question today?
No, but yeah, really, yeah, just blow my mind, Ajahn, your explanation. So simple yet so profound.
Okay.
Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, let me go to Yu from Colombo. I'm not sure if I pronounced your name right. Can you speak louder or closer to the microphone? Cannot hear you.
Can you hear me, Ajahn?
Yeah, better. Go ahead.
Right. Ajahn, thank you. This is actually, I accidentally saw your invitation on the Facebook. Thank you for today's talk. This is my third time for joining today. And Ajahn, actually, I have a question. I have a few questions, but I will ask two questions. Ajahn, a lot of Sri Lankan people, they go behind Abhidhamma, and they always think that Abhidhamma, if someone doesn't know Abhidhamma, they can't become an Arahanto, they can't become Arya, they even can't enter to the stream level. So is it true that Abhidhamma is necessary, or is it a teaching from of Buddha?
Well, to learn something that is necessary is good, but to learn anything more than that is not important. And all you have to know is learn how to do the practice. So I think you should just learn the four foundation of mindfulness should be enough. You don't have to study the whole Abhidhamma canon, you know. Just study the four foundation of mindfulness. It will teach you how to develop mindfulness, how to develop samadhi, and how to develop wisdom. Then once you become enlightened, then you get to understand all the other Dhamma in the Abhidhamma without having to study from the Abhidhamma.
Thank you, Ajahn. Ajahn, my second question is actually, I want to become a monk this lifetime. And that is my final target and objective. But as of now, I have two kids. One is 2.5-year old, and one is 9 years old. I want to get them self. Get them to grow for up to some level, and then I most of the time I will be living the lay life. For this to achieve my goal, what should be the determination, or what kind of karma I should practice daily to achieve my target?
Well, to achieve your target, you have to think that the future is not certain. What you plan might not work, might not happen. Maybe you should die first, or they should die first. If you think like this, then you might change your plan. And make it more simpler. Because if you expect to live long and you expect your children to live long, then you'll be forever tied to them. You won't be able to leave them. But if you should think that what happened, I could die today and they could die today also. So if I die today, what do they do? They'll go on without you, right? They won't wait for you. They won't ask you to come back, because you won't come back once you die. So when you leave them right now, it's like you can think of dying right now, and you can leave them alone. They'll survive. They'll go on with or without you. You only think of one side. You don't think of the other side. What if you die? what they gonna do? You know, they'll go on living, right, with or without you. But if you think that you have to stay and help them until they can help themselves, then who knows? You might lose a lot of time, and by that time, you might not be able to do anything. You're getting too old.
But Ajahn, I mean, in the Vinaya, I have been taught it is necessary to get permission from wife or from anyone who is looking after me. So if they are not allowing me to do that, then is it still possible to live the lay life?
I don't know. You have to talk to the monk whom you want to get ordained from. Sometimes he can waiver some of the rules. You can have it waiver.
Sorry, Ajahn, I didn't get you.
If you want to become a monk, you have to talk to the person who's gonna ordain you.
Okay.
You might be able to bargain with him.
Okay. Sadhu.
Okay. And if you cannot become a monk, you can still practice. You can live as an 8th preceptor.
Okay.
And if you show yourself to be promising, maybe the monk will then help you to get ordained.
Thank you, Ajahn. As of now, actually, I'm teaching Dhamma also to lay people, small kids. I'm doing meditation classes for them, guided meditation on Thursday night, and I'm studying Dhamma as much as I could. So that is how I'm living. But still, I mean, with the family attachment, it's very hard to practice like the way I want.
Yes, you have to practice more, because when you have more Dhamma, then you will have the ability to get rid of your attachment. Okay?
Sadhu. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Next is Joko Gumilang from Indonesia.
ครับนมัสการอาจารย์ thank you for the opportunity อาจารย์ I have two questions อาจารย์ the first I want to share my experience first to practice Atasila in Uposatha Day. So in the when I practice Atasila, I think sometimes I still can sing because I like to sing. But when I read the first sentence of the lyric, I then realize, oh, today I practice, so I have to. I'm not allowed to sing. But it also happened in the other day when I don't practice Ajahn. So when I sing and then I think on myself, oh, is this the day of practice? And then when I realized that today I don't practice, I just sing like the other day. And what I find out about the benefit of practicing Sila is when I can see my mind thinking about doing or saying something bad about someone or responding someone in a bad way. But when in real situation, I'm trying to respond it in a good way because I think that probably I will hurt or or do something bad to the others. Is it because the practice of sila, Ajahn?
Yes, because when you keep the sila, you don't want to hurt other people by what you do or what you say.
Yes, but I see when my mind thinking about responding in bad way to the other people, and I just think, oh, how could I think this way? But I just realized, oh, this is not good, and when I have to face the real situation, I think that, oh, this is not good. So I then respond in a good way.
That's right. The precept will help to change your bad ways into good ways.
But it
Without
still appear in our mind, right, Ajahn?
yes, but eventually it will disappear because you keep you don't follow what your mind tell you to do. Then eventually it will stop.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Ajahn. And the second question is, when we practice meditation, how can we say to ourselves that meditation is our way to gain wisdom? Because if we don't have a good mindfulness, and we can actually trap in the meditation itself or attached to it. Should we say that and keep on saying to ourselves, oh, you practice meditation to gain wisdom, so don't attach to the calm or to the result of the meditation itself?
No, this is not what you think. You should think that you need the calm to support your development of wisdom.
I
You have to
see.
have the calm. Yeah. So in a way, you have to be attached to your calm. You want to protect and maintain calm, because without calm, you cannot think clearly.
I see, Ajahn. Because when I learned about 31 words of rebirth, when I was in when I still study at school, my teacher and lecturer said, if you attach to your meditation and just focus to gain or achieve jhana, you will just reborn in probably the Brahma world, and it's a very long time. You can waste a lot of time just live there, but you haven't got enlightened or become arahat or Buddha.
Yes, that's why you have to develop wisdom after you come out of jhana. When you come out of jhana, then you develop wisdom. If you just practice only jhana, then you'll get stuck there. But once you have jhana, then you will have to teach yourself to have wisdom, to develop wisdom by thinking of anicca, dukkha, anatta.
Yes.
So these are two steps. First, get jhana. Once you have jhana, then start thinking about anicca, dukkha, anatta, to get rid of your attachment to your body, to your feeling, to your mental, to your mind.
I see.
You need wisdom with the support of jhana, because without jhana you cannot get rid of your attachment.
I see. Thank you, Ajahn, for your explanation.
Okay, you're welcome. Is that all? Okay, let me go to Rusli, also from Indonesia.
Evening, Ajahn. I have no question tonight, Ajahn. Thank you.
Okay, Vivi from Indonesia also. Vivi, you're next.
Yeah, Ajahn. Can Ajahn hear me now?
Yes, perfectly.
Ajahn, when atasila, can I drink apple juice and it crush pulp in the blender?
And what happened?
And I crush the apple and I drink with the water and the apple pulp.
No, you should just drink the water. You have to strain the other thing out. You should not have any solid. Just the juice alone.
Oh, just the water.
Yeah.
Okay. Ajahn, how to get rid of the discomfort of living with a lazy and spoiled people? I don't think I really like seeing this kind of character, but I still try not to be influenced to create a good. I try to create a good atmosphere between me and her, such as taking her out to eat, talking together, sharing together. But in my heart, I don't like to see this person habit because I know she is lazy and spoiled. Although this feeling doesn't affect my treatment to her because I still can control it lah. But it even better if I can get rid of this don't like feeling. How to deal with it, Ajahn?
Just don't think about the bad side. Think about the good side. Don't think about just like your body. You only think of your good side of your body, right? You don't think of your bad side of your body. You don't think of your intestines, your all the thing inside your body that is not so disgusting. You don't think about it, right? So you can live with it.
Yeah, I know that person who is spoiled or lazy is not my business.
Yeah,
but
you don't think.
that is
You look at the other side. There's always some good in everybody. Try to look at the good side of people. Then you will be able to live with them.
just see the good side and create the good atmosphere, Ajahn.
Yes.
Okay, I understand.
Just like you think of your body, right? You ever think of your bad side?
Never think. But now I must think that this inside the body that are so everything is asuchino. Yeah, no good looking, Ajahn. Ajahn, I want to ask, my meditation is more like the heart feels down and the consciousness is just like being in the water and the body is very heavy like a rock, Ajahn. That is not talk.
Just know it for what it is and don't pay any attention to it. Just come back to your mantra, come back to your breath.
Is this defilement?
They are distraction. They are distraction to your meditation. Don't pay attention. Pay attention to your mantra, your meditation object only, and disregard everything else. They are temporary. They come and go. They are anatta.
So every meditator must have this feeling like this, Ajahn.
Not necessarily. People have different type of distraction, different type of things happening in their meditation. But they are all the same. They are illusion. They are not real. So don't pay any attention to them. Yeah. They come and go.
Okay,
they're like clouds in the sky. You cannot control the clouds in the sky. They come and go.
Yeah.
We live under the clouds, and we never pay attention to the clouds, right? They always above our heads.
But sometimes the cloud distraction us because we cannot see the sun, right? Okay, Ajahn, I understand. Okay, thank you, Ajahn. Yeah.
Next, Sulan Choi. Ui, always come last, huh, Sulan? From Singapore.
Yeah, hello. Hello, Ajahn.
Yes, can hear you good.
Yeah, sorry, I'm on the train, so I joined late today. Can you hear me?
Yes, can hear you well.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Ajahn. Yeah, I think I'm feeling quite lost in my life right now. It's like I cannot see what's in front of me.
You can, but you don't want to see it. What's in front of you is aging, sickness, and death.
Sorry?
What's in front of you, you don't want to see it. What's in front of you is aging, sickness, and death waiting for you.
Yeah.
Can you see that now? Can you see that you're gonna get old? You will get sick one day and you will die one day.
Yeah.
Okay, keep reminding yourself of this.
I can see that.
And then you will then you will try to solve these problems, because aging, sickness, and death is a problem to your mind. It makes your mind uneasy and happy. So then you have something to look forward to. Is how to deal with aging, sickness, and death, so that you don't get sad, don't become sad, or become afflicted with pain when you have to face aging, sickness, and death. It will give you a purpose in life. The purpose in life is learning how to deal with aging, sickness, and death by following the teaching of the Buddha. The Buddha said, meditate, develop samadhi, and develop wisdom. So you have something that you can look forward to. You have something to do. So you don't worry about the other thing, because other things are not important. What you think might not happen. And if they happen, it doesn't matter. What matters is how you're going to deal with your problem, your future problem, which is aging, sickness, and death.
Okay. So this is my future problem that I should take care of.
That's right. If you don't learn how to do it when it comes to you, then it can afflict you with suffering. So now you know what your future is like. You can see forward, looking forward now. What is waiting for you and what you have to do in order to deal with it when you come to it. So you got a lot of things to do right now. Besides working and earning money, you want also to learn how to cope with your problem of aging, sickness, and death.
Okay.
And the only way to cope with it is the practice of vipassana and samatha. Samatha, vipassana, bhavana. So what are you waiting for?
Yeah, I should start practicing. Last night I meditated 7 minutes. Then I felt very sleepy.
Then you have to set up a schedule, a routine, a time limit. You're gonna sit for half an hour, 1 hour, and then you try to force yourself to do it. Don't give in to your laziness or sleepiness. If you're sleepy, get up and do walking meditation instead, or standing meditation.
Okay.
All right? Better now? You think better? You feel better now? Now you know what your future is?
Yeah, I feel better now. Like, this is a good way to think of the future rather than thinking about other things.
Yeah. Other things don't matter. What matters is your aging, sickness, and death, and how to deal with it. Once you know how to deal with it, then your life will be at ease. You will always be happy. No worry about getting old, no worry about getting sick, and no worry about dying. Isn't that good? You have the Buddha to teach you.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Okay, so study the teaching of the Buddha.
Oh, yeah.
Study how to practice Dhamma, how to practice Sila, and how to practice Bhavana.
Yeah. Actually, a few nights ago, I dreamt that I saw the Buddha in my dream, and then I don't have anything that I could donate. I mean, I can give to the Buddha until I saw the bracelet on my wrist, which I gave it to the Buddha.
The Buddha doesn't want any gift or offering. He wants
But
you
that's
to.
the
He wants
dream.
you to practice. So that's the best offering for the Buddha is to practice Dhamma.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that all? Okay, let me go to the next person then. Chris from Singapore, do you want to say something, Chris?
Yes, hi. Good evening to you, Ajahn. Can you hear me?
Yes. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Good evening. I just have something. This is quite, in a way, theoretical. I just want to ask, the 5 aggregates.
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah. Thank you.
Go ahead, Chris. Continue.
Okay. Okay. The 5 aggregates. Does the 5 aggregates creates the world?
There's no creator, they are just natural processes. They rise and cease.
Yeah. So it's because of the 5 aggregates. That's why the world exists.
No, the 5 aggregates create human beings and animals.
Yeah.
Every animal and human beings have the 5 aggregates.
That's right. So which means we as humans, we have the 5 aggregates. So if the 5 aggregates do not exist, does the world exist?
I don't know what you want to ask this question for, because there's no answer to it. See?
Okay, because it just crossed my mind.
Because the 5 aggregates always exist. They're always a body. There's always, if not your body, there's always somebody else's body. Or you might return back with a new 5 aggregates. When you die, you lose these 5 aggregates, then you come back again with a new set of 5 aggregates.
Yeah. So for, let's say, if my body has 5 aggregates.
No,
That's
your
why
body,
I can see the world.
your body is 1 aggregate. The other 4 is in your mind.
Oh yes, that's right. So, but because to me is that the suffering arises because we cling to the 5 aggregates. Is it right?
Yes, when you cling to something and when you lose it, then you get suffering.
Oh, okay. All right. It just crossed my mind, so that's why I'm asking this question. Thanks, Kim.
Okay, is that all?
Yes, that's it. Sorry, there's one more question that came across my mind. 2 questions. So, this meditation thing and Dhamma, which can we meditate without understanding Dhamma?
Well, you have to understand how to meditate. That is also Dhamma.
Okay, thank you.
See, Dhamma is a teaching of the Buddha, and
That's
he teaches you to practice dana, sila, and pavana. So you have to understand these three Dhamma. Dana,
exactly.
charity, sila, which is keeping the precepts, and pavana is meditation and vipassana, and wisdom contemplation.
That's right. So which means in order to meditate, we must understand the meaning of dana, sila, and bhavana.
Yes, how to do it.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Next, Sammy from Lebanon.
Hello, Tanajan. Can
Haven't
you hear
seen
me?
you in a while. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, it's because I've started, university, Buddhist university. I'm taking some courses in Pali and, some other subjects. So I've been busy. I have also moved to like another monastery because the other monastery also got fully booked. So yeah, I haven't been able to join. I just wanted to say that my mind lately has there was like a lot of sadness, and I haven't been able to shake it off with meditation. But I've been practicing 8 precept most of the time. The only problem here in this monastery is the lunch time is at 1 o'clock, and I cannot do anything about that. So I just only that is the only issue with my practice. I cannot. I'm eating at like 1:30, so I finished like eating at 1:30. So I don't know if that's considered to be breaking the precept.
Not necessarily. It's just a matter of how do you define midday. Midday to you might be 1:30 instead of 12. It's a matter of definition. The point is not to eat too much. That's the goal of keeping this precept, is to prevent you from eating too many times a day. Once or twice is enough for the body. So then you can concentrate on your practice.
Yeah, I'm also trying to reduce eating even during the other 2 meals because I feel like one can unconsciously try to make up for dinner during the other 2 meals. So I try also to limit even the breakfast and lunch, and always kind of feel a little bit hungry all the time. I feel that's also good to control sexual desire. I feel it helps overall in my practice. I feel very good about reducing the food.
That's what the 8 precept is there for, to support your meditation practice.
Yes, but it's also not like my meditation seems like it's not giving happiness to my mind, or enough happiness to the mind. It seems like there's a more dominance of sad thinking in the mind. So
That's
how
because
can I deal
you're
with
not
that?
maintaining mindfulness. You're not maintaining, you're not stop thinking. Your sadness comes from your thinking about things that make you sad. If you don't think about them, then you won't be sad. So keep reciting the mantra, or keep chanting, or keep focusing on what you do. So you let your mind think about things, and then by thinking about things, it makes you become sad. If you're not thinking about anything, then you will not be sad.
Yeah, that's true.
Is this a monastery you're staying in, a Buddhist monastery, or it's a Christian monastery?
No, we don't have any Buddhist monasteries here. It's a Christian monastery.
I see. But they allow you to meditate, to practice on your own.
Well, I meditate in my room. I mean, they know I'm a yoga teacher, but of course I haven't told them about, Buddhism and my practice. But they did get surprised how I don't join the daily masses and the, Christian prayer times and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So they were kind of commenting on that. And I was like worried if I said, I'm a Buddhist since 11 years, they're not going to take it well. And those people are actually, they know me from my village. So the abbot here, he knows me. He knows I'm a yoga teacher, but he doesn't know I converted to Buddhism. I don't share that with a lot of people. So I worry that it might get me in trouble, or I might get kicked out or something. But they're just saying, you know, why aren't you coming to the mass? Or you have like a good opportunity to reconnect with God or something, you know. It's yeah, but anyway, I'm hoping that by next month, I heard that the Thai government is gonna open up the country. So I'm working on getting there end of October, hopefully.
Yes, one
So
of our participants is coming to Thailand already. She knows she has to quarantine for 14 days when she arrives. That's
yeah,
what they
but
have to
next
do.
month, if we go next month, then we don't have to quarantine.
Okay, maybe, I don't know. I haven't yet heard the detail. Maybe if you have 2 shots and you have tests that you're negative, then maybe they allow you to.
Yeah, like
Okay.
starting in next month, I think your prime minister already announced that.
I see.
Starting, yeah.
Good. Okay. So no question really. Just
Yeah, just, you know, about that, dealing with the sadness and all that, but you already answered that.
yeah. Try to be diligent with your mindfulness. Your mindfulness will protect your mind from sadness or worry and anxiety. Everything. It will clear the mind up. But only
Yeah, I found that,
temporarily.
yeah.
As soon as you stop the mantra or stop being mindful, then your defilement will start working again. So when you start working again, then you have to start using your mindfulness again.
Yeah, and I know my sadness is coming from a very particular event that happened in the past, or let's say a few events. But yeah, I think the key is to stop thinking, whatever it is just to stop thinking about it, stop thinking about the past, and be more present in the present moment, to be more mindful. And I found that walking meditation is more helpful when the mind is like very heavy, and it's hard to sit and meditate. So I've been doing a lot of walking meditation, and it's kind of helps sometime to get into the moment and get out of my head and just into the moment.
Okay. Is that all for today?
Yeah. Yes.
All
Thank
right.
you, Tanaji.
I see Kyuyan Dong raise her hand. Does she want to speak? Kyuyan?
Yes, please, Tanajan. I just wanted to previously wanted to just add it to your comment or answer to the youngsters about like getting married and so on. It's not just a family life or a marriage is having happiness and unhappiness, but even the most happy family, that happiness cannot compare to the happiness when you can you get to samadhi or you have samchana. So it's nothing compares. So you will never regret if you don't get married, and you will be happier if you can go the Dhamma way. That is guarantee. No failure in there. No mistake at all.
That's what I'm doing right now. I've been doing it for the last 40 years. No
now I only
regret.
get it. That is like I get a sense of what the truth is. You can never say, you can never find anything wrong or not full or not perfect in there. It's the perfect. Whatever the answer is, it's so perfect, so profound,
Yes.
so simple. Yes, but never regret. Yes. And also with Sami, he said that Thailand is opening soon.
Yeah, he said October.
Yeah, can you open the chat so he can send to me the link of whatever announcement? I haven't seen it, so maybe I don't have
Okay.
to to pay for the quarantine or spend 2 weeks if I just delay 1 week.
Okay, admin, you want to open the chat you want to contact Sammy for this info?
Yes, I
You have?
Yes, I opened
Sammy, if you have the info, can you send it to her?
Is it Sammy 21 something?
Yes, 2111026.
Right, thank you.
Oh, hi, Chuyen. Yeah, so I got that piece of information from a bhikkhu friend of mine who said that the Prime Minister already announced it, that by next month, I think either 8th of October or mid of October, then no more quarantine is required, but pretty sure that for vaccinated people.
Oh, it's for
And
vaccinated
then
people.
Yeah, I got another confirmation from someone else who said the same, but I haven't got any article at the moment. But if you want, you can message me, and if I got some article, I can send it to you. No problem.
Thank you. But I'm not vaccinated, so maybe I just go ahead.
Oh, you're anti-vaxxer.
No, I'm not anti-vaxxer, but I heard so many bad things about it. So mainstream media is not good.
People are still getting corona anyway, so
Yeah,
it's
and
not really...
you get your immunity is worse. The death.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that good enough for you, boss? So I can go on to the next person, okay?
Yes.
Jacob, you just came in from Las Vegas, if I remember correctly.
Very good memory, Ajahn. Very
Can
good
I help
memory.
you?
No questions today. I came to listen.
Okay, fine. Thank you for coming in. I see Sulan is back again. Do you still want to ask another question, Sulan? I just want to listen.
Yeah, just listen for now. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
So let me go to Selva Kumar. Selva Kumar.
Yeah, Ajahn.
Any question from you today?
Hello, are you able to hear me?
Yes, okay, can hear you okay.
Okay, I just want to know, like, I'm practicing Sila, Samadhi and Panya, which is like morality, concentration, Anapana and Vipassana practice. Apart from that, I hear that a lot of practices are the like Kasina meditation, 4 elements meditation. So which is the right order to go for enlightenment? Like whether Sila, Samadhi, Panya, I practice Goenkaji tradition.
They support one another. Sila support the practice of Samadhi, and Samadhi support the practice of Vipassana.
So is this order is enough, or we should advancedly practice like Kasina meditation, 4 elements meditation?
So if you don't have Sila, you won't have enough time to practice meditation because you'll be doing something else. Like the 8 precepts, you have to keep the 8 precepts to meditate because the 8 precepts will prevent you from going to doing other things like watching movie, listening to music, and eating or doing all sort of sensual pleasure things. So then you would have the time to meditate.
So Sila, Samadhi, Sila, Anapana and Vipassana is good enough to develop Parmi and go towards liberation?
Samadhi, in order to get Samadhi, there are many different types of meditation object you can use. But we only speak of something that I know, or the people that I learned from know, which is usually Anapanasati or the mantra Bhutto. But you can use other things. If you study in the scripture, there are 40 objects of meditation called the 40 Kammatthana. But you have to know how to use them and under which circumstances, because they serve different purposes, different circumstances. Like if you're angry, then you should use metta as the object of your meditation to get rid of your anger first, to bring your mind back to normal. And once your mind is back to normal, then you can use either the mantra or the breath or a kasina, like the color or something like that.
Okay. So for developing jhanas, is Anapanasati is enough, or other kasina meditation or 4 elements meditation is needed?
Well, they are for different purposes. Like the 4 elements is really developing vipassana, to understand that the body is really making up of the 4 elements.
Okay. So
no self in the body.
Okay. So for jhanas development, anapana is enough, or metta is also needed?
You can use either way. Try it out.
Okay.
It works for different people, I think. So you just have to try the one that works for you.
So till which level of jhana anapana is needed? Like
what? Can you repeat it?
No. Till which level of jhanas is anapana needed? There are 8 jhanas. There are 8 jhanas. To go step by step of jhana, till what jhana level anapana is needed?
Oh, you need to get to the 4th jhana. That's when you have equanimity.
So for till 4th jhana, anapana is sufficient?
Yes.
Or vipassana is also needed?
No, vipassana is a different thing. It has nothing to do with jhana. Okay. It has to do with wisdom, to get rid of your delusion.
Okay.
The jhana cannot get rid of your delusion. You need wisdom to get rid of your delusion.
So Anapanasati focusing here of incoming breath knowing and outgoing breath knowing is sufficient?
Yes, that's sufficient to get you to the 4th jhana.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome. Okay, I think everybody has been covered. So let me go to question from Facebook if there's any question.
This evening, so far, we have 11 questions.
Okay, please go ahead.
Thank you. The first question is from Rose, who's from Florida, United States. And she's asking, please convey to Ajahn that I'm seeking a conducive place for full-time meditation and living by 4 requisites. What advices could he give to me, Sadhu?
What advice? She's looking for a place to meditate.
She's, yes, just any advice you can give to her, given the circumstances.
I mean, once she have located a place to practice, what else to do in addition to this? Then practice mindfulness first, keeping the precept, sila, samadhi, and panya. You need first to have sila to support your samadhi. And once you have samadhi, then you can develop panya. Because panya needs the support of samadhi. You cannot skip these steps, because without this thing, you will not be able to move forward. So try to maintain the precepts, then you will have the time to practice samadhi, mindfulness. Once you have samadhi, have jhana, then you can then practice wisdom, investigating the body, the feeling, and the mind as being anicca, dukkha, anatta, in order to get rid of your attachment to them. Because by attachment, it causes you dukkha. When you let go of attachment, then there will be no dukkha left in your mind. Okay?
The next question is from To Pan Peng. Dear Ajahn, in the recent Q&A, Ajahn mentioned that investigation of painful feeling can also lead to jhana. Can Ajahn please speak more on this process? Thank you.
Yes, when you come face to face with strong painful feeling in your body, if you cannot, you can use the investigation to separate the body from the pain and from the mind, in order to be able to see that these three things are separate. They're not one and the same. The mind is the one who knows. The pain is just a phenomena, appearing from the body. And the body is made up of the 4 elements. So the body feels no pain. The pain doesn't afflict the body or the mind. It's just the mind that become painful, become afflicted by the mind's aversion to the pain. So once you can teach the mind just to leave the pain alone, leave the body alone, the mind should be merely knowing and let the pain alone, let the pain appear as it appears, and leave the body alone. Don't move the body. Leave everything alone. Then if you can do that, then the mind can, once you have let go of this body and this pain, then the mind can enter into jhana that way.
The next question is from Lim Bill. Good evening, Ajahn. I'm using Anapanasati meditation all the while. When the mind is completely calm, a reflection appears, and I can see a decaying body falling apart from head to the body. Not only this, sometimes a skeleton appears also. Should I continue using Anapanasati? Can Ajahn shed some light, please? Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Well, it depends on what you want. If you want to have wisdom, then you can use the body contemplation. But if you want to have calm, then you should use Anapanasati.
The next question is from Mandy Smith. What are the 10 steps?
Anapanasati, I think you have to ask, what's her name, Julia. I didn't study, so I'm not sure it's Julia or Karen who mentioned this 10 steps.
The next question is from Sabrina Sage. My mind is so pleasant and quiet. I want to keep it, but I'm afraid it's going to crash again. How do I stay equanimous?
By maintaining mindfulness, by stopping your thoughts. Every time you start to think, you should stop it. Then your equanimity will remain. But as soon as you start to think, and especially when you think with defilement, then your equanimity will be eroded and destroyed.
The next question is from Yapto Yap. Namaste, Ajahn. I have a question. If I combine Anapanasati with focus on my breathe in and out and saying all is well, how about that? Is it okay to do that?
Well, you just have to try it to see whether it works for you or not. If you can calm your mind and make your mind become still with that method, it's okay. But I think you should not be mentally saying anything at all, because you want to stop your mind. You want your mind to become still. So if you still use your thought, telling yourself everything is well, then it might not stop. So it's better just to observe the breath alone, because by observing you're not thinking, you're just merely knowing.
The next question is from Eddie Gan. Good evening, Ajahn. If I recite Putto in daily life, will this help to attain jhana? Thank you.
Part of it, yes. You have to use this when you're active, when you're doing something. But when you sit, then you have to continue on with the mantra or use the watching of your breath in order to enter into jhana. Your body have to become still first before your mind can become still.
The next question is from Mandy Smith. When I'm helping with suicidal people, what is the best advice besides teaching them mindfulness and samatha? What can Dhamma help them understand about their suffering and pull them out?
It depends on whether they are capable of accepting the truth or not. If they cannot accept the truth, then you cannot teach them the truth. The truth is that the body is impermanent. Everybody will actually get old, get sick, and die. And a person thinking of dying, killing, is usually have lost something. Either some happiness of some form. So if they can accept the fact that happiness in this world is temporary, it comes and goes. So if they can understand this and accept this, then they might not think of killing themselves, because or tell them that there's another form of happiness that is lasting, that you can keep forever. That's the happiness from meditation.
The next question is from Tony Yip. Good evening, Ajahn. As I understand, the 5 aggregates is anicca, dukkha, and anatta. Is it citta included in the 5 aggregates? If yes, how come the citta is permanent? Thank you.
See, the 5 aggregates are divided in 2 parts. The rupa part, which is the body, and the nama part, which comes from the mind. See? Feeling, perception, thinking, and consciousness. These are the function of the mind. See? But they are impermanent in terms of they're constantly changing. The function keeps blinking, like on and off. Now your thought, you think, then you stop thinking, then you start thinking about something else. So then your feeling also keep changing from good to bad to neutral. The perception keep changing with your consciousness. When you see something, you perceive them. When you hear something, you perceive them. So these are constantly in motion. This is what it means by impermanent. They are changing, but they are not destroyed. They don't disappear. They come from the mind and they stay with the mind. See, when the body and the mind separated, the mind continues on, but the body will then return to the 4 elements.
The next question from Tony Yip. The Buddha teaches that phenomena rises and cease. It cannot be permanent there. Then how about the citta?
Well, the citta, the one who knows, is permanent. There are 6 things in the entire world or universe that are permanent. They are what we call the 6 great elements, which is the water, the earth element, the water element, the wind element, the fire element, the knowing element, which is the mind, and the space element. These 6 things are always there. They always exist. But they might form together to create people, animal, planets, and so forth.
The last question is from Felicia Chan. Prajahn, my mother tongue is Chinese, so my English is not so good. Could you please repeat the words of the 4 foundations? Thank you.
What do you mean by the words of the 4 foundations?
I think she means explanation of the 4 foundations of mindfulness.
This is you have to read the sutta to better understand. So I think you should just search for the 4 foundations of mindfulness, because it's a long and it's quite detailed. It's difficult to explain to you right now all the detail, but it's something that has to do with the studying of your body, your feeling, your mind, and the Dhamma teaching of the Buddha. These are the 4 foundations of mindfulness. That can, if you study these objects, it can calm your mind and can give you wisdom to be able to eliminate your defilement and free you from suffering. So this is more or less a summary of what the 4 foundations of mindfulness is about. I hope you understand. All right. Okay, that's all the questions from Facebook for now. I see Kyuyan Dong also raise your hand again. Would you like to say something?
Yes, Tanachan, can you help? Because one of the questions which came up during this process is, I have to be responsible to my kids. They didn't require me to giving birth to this world. How to respond to that question? I cannot. They don't want to know about like rebirth and how a body or a person is like how the mind possesses the body. How to do that?
Well, you cannot teach someone who doesn't want to learn. Just simple as that. If they don't want to learn, then you don't teach. That's what the Buddha did to people who doesn't want to learn his teaching. He just leave them alone.
So just accept that I'm selfish or I'm not responsible.
It's not selfish.
If they want to think it that way.
It's just the fact that they don't want to learn. If they don't want to learn, how can you force them to learn something they don't want to learn? It's not your fault that they don't want to learn. It's their stupidity.
And I'm so scared that if I don't take this chance, next life I may be not as clever as they are. So
You might not have next life, so don't worry about it. You start practice now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
We have another person just came in. Namwan, Anoma. Namwan, where are you from?
From Thailand, Bangkok เธอค่ะกราบนมัสการเธอค่ะ But I can ask in English.
Go ahead.
I would like to know if a person can get into arupa jhana, and when they come out, do they have to go back to the first jhana, first rupa jhana, before they come out of the meditation? They should not stay in arupa jhana all the time. Is that right?
Well, you cannot stay in the jhana all the time, regardless of whichever level you enter. After your mindfulness you start to lose your mindfulness, then you start to coming down from the higher level of jhanas until you return to the normal level of consciousness.
So if that person intend to get out of the jhana, so they should go down step by step to the first jhana before.
You'll do it. You'll know how to do it once you get there. So it's not for me to explain to you here. Just get to the jhana first, then you'll know how to get out the jhana. First, you want to know how to get in there. Once you know how to get in there, you'll know how to get out. Okay?
Okay. And another, this is not a question, but something that I realized, and I think it may be helpful to many people, or maybe it's not, I don't know. But I realized that when people make me angry or make me unhappy, it's not because of them, but it's because of me. Because I am so into the feeling that the feeling that I like to be in happiness, and when I attach to the feeling that I love to be in happiness. So when they destroy my happiness, I get angry at them. But the wrong person is me. The wrong person is the one who want to keep myself in the happiness all the time. I didn't consider that I attached to the happiness. That's why I get angry. And so the thing that I should do is that when I attach to happiness, I should know that I attach. And when people make me angry, I should look at myself instead of look at them. It's not their fault. It's my fault that attached to happiness. Is it? I don't know whether my English is good enough to make you understand.
Yes. The problem when you get angry is because you cannot get what you wanted. See? So when you cannot get what you wanted, or you lose something that you like, then you get angry.
Yes.
If you don't want anything, then you won't get angry.
Yes, because I'm so learned, so attached in happiness.
Yeah. You want happiness. So when you lose happiness because somebody make it gone away, then you get angry at that person. But if you don't have any attachment to the happiness, then you won't get angry. You know that happiness comes and goes.
Yes, because now I just happen to see that my mind attached to happiness, and it's like มันลอกออกจาก happiness นะเจ้าค่ะ it's
Yeah.
like it
So don't be attached to anything. Then you won't get angry when you lose them.
and it's peel off to be with the สติเจ้าค่ะ peel off the happiness. The happiness is like happiness and any kind of pop is like a ฉาก เจ้าค่ะ it's like a screen, and the mind attached to that screen, and it's when it's realized, it peel off the screen. Do you this is what I experienced. And about the jhana, I got into the jhana, and my problem is I stay in the arupachan for so long, and I get sick for so long. I mean, it's like 2 or 3 days, and sometimes when you stay in arupachan for so long, I forget to go to the toilet, and I get the bladder infections or something like that. So I think that if we get into it, we should go down step by step to Rupachan, then get out and contemplate the Trairak or what's going on. I think that should be better than staying in the jhana for a long time and be happy, and when people get me angry, make me angry, and I don't like them, that is not right. I think I should do the contemplate on Trairak more and see the attachment in happiness and peel it off. I cannot peel it off, but as soon as I know that I attach to the pop, it's like kind of peel off and stay with the sati more. I guess if you have anything to teach me, please do so.
Well, you need both. You need jhana to have equanimity. Then once you have equanimity, then you want to develop wisdom to let go of your attachment. Because everything is anicca, dukkha, anatta. So you have to do both practices, not just one.
Not just one. So I get in first, and then I see the กระแสจิต that ขึ้นมา as a อนิจจังทุกขังอนัตตา
Everything, not just the mind, the body, your money, your everything. You have to see everything completely as being anicca, dukkha, anatta.
But if I'm in the jhana,
you don't do contemplation when you're in jhana. You just keep it still. Only when you come out and when you start to contemplate.
Yeah, but
wisdom.
In the jhana for so long, we should stay.
I don't know whether it's jhana or sleeping, because normally if you're in jhana, you'll be aware of everything. You're still aware of the body. If the body starts to have pain, it will then trigger your.
It's not sleepiness, because I'm truly awake.
Okay, whatever. You just do whatever you do, okay? But I'm saying mainly that you have to do both jhana, and then when you come out of jhana, you investigate the body and everything else. The body, feeling, the mind. Okay?
Thank you so much, Ajahn. I will do both.
Okay, you're welcome.
Asaka.
All right, anybody else have any question? Because we are quite, Rose just came in, huh? I haven't seen her for a while. Hi, Rose. Can you hear me? See your screen, but not see you in the screen. Rose? Okay, can hear your voice now. How are you? I haven't seen you for a while. Cannot hear you yet. Can you speak out? Again, cannot hear your voice.
Hello, Tanajan.
Okay. Well, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while.
I keep practicing.
Something wrong with your audio. It comes and goes. Can see you but cannot hear you yet. We can see you but we cannot hear you. Can you say something? Can you hear me?
Thank you, Tanajan, for your beautiful Dhamma. Thank you for giving us this beautiful Dhamma.
I'm sorry, Rosh, your audio is good and bad. It's alternating. Sometimes we can hear what you say, and then sometimes we cannot hear what you say. So I don't know what's wrong with your audio. Can you continue on talking? If you like to say something, go ahead. But we're not sure whether we can hear you or not. Sometimes we can and sometimes we can't. Well, I'm sorry, Rose, we cannot communicate today because maybe something is wrong with your audio system. So I think I will have to skip you for now and maybe talk to you again in the future, in the next meeting. Has anybody else had any question to ask at this time? If nobody, I will then have to bring this meeting to a close. Okay, thank you for your participation. I hope this meeting will benefit you somewhat and help you advance in your practice. In the meantime, please stay safe, stay mindful, and stay alert. And if nothing happens, I'll see you next week. Thank you and goodbye.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu, sadhu.